Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for coming. So today we're making a meaty baked ziti, and right now you're just looking at the different ingredients that we're going to use. I'll get more into this as our video goes on. Thanks for watching. So here you'll see I'm just cutting up some Italian meatballs that I got from Walmart in their meat section. I'm just making them a little bit more bite-sized, pasta friendly. If I was making like spaghetti and meatballs, then I would just go ahead and leave them whole. But for my baked ziti, I'm just going to cut them up so they'll be a little bit easier to chew. Some I'm doing in halves. You'll see some I'm doing in fours. Whatever works for you guys in your house is perfect. These are just the meats that we're using. You have the ground beef there, some hot Italian sausage, and these mild meatballs. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some oil to the bottom of my pan here so I can begin to go ahead and saute my vegetables. So before we get started, I went ahead and cut up some onions, just some thin slices, as well as some fresh tomato. I just used one small tomato. If you're a tomato lover such as myself, go crazy. So here you'll just see me adding in some garlic. Now that oil is beginning to heat up, the smell is amazing. I don't know if you guys love garlic like I do, but if so, you are relishing because the smell is amazing. So I started out with 2 scoops, and now I'm just going to go ahead and add a third. You guys will see that happen in about a second or two because we just love garlic in this house, and how much is ever enough? Right, exactly. So next up, you'll see I'm just adding some oil and some salt to my water for my pasta to boil. I do this for the flavor as well as helping the pasta not stick together. So then you'll see my seasonings coming up here. I'll let you guys know more about those as we cook. Now I'm just going ahead. I'd say about 5 minutes have elapsed, and keep an eye on this, guys. Stir it up. I'm just going to go ahead and make like a bit of a circle. You see I made in the middle, moving my veggies to the side, and I'm just going to add that ground beef in and begin to brown and saute this ground beef right with those onions and tomatoes. We want all the flavor concentrated from beginning to the very end. Alrighty, so now I've began adding some seasoning to my ground beef. So this is Lawrys that I'm adding right now to my ground beef. You guys are going to go ahead and season this to taste. I can't tell you what you like, but I can tell you what we like and the way we like to do it. So now I'm adding in some black pepper here, ground black pepper. And I am just going to generously add that in there. Just shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake, 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 shake it. All right, guys, so I've added my black pepper, and now I'm moving on to garlic. Yes, that's right, mother is using more garlic. This time it is dry granulated garlic that I got just from Costco. And then I'm going to follow this up, my garlic, with some crushed raw pepper flakes. I love spice. You guys will learn that on this channel. Everything I make almost has to incorporate some spice. If you don't love spice, don't add this in. If you do love spice, go crazy. Okay, I add a generous amount because in the end, the taste will be amazing. It's not going to be overbearing. You're going to be able to taste all the ingredients, but that kick of spice never ever does me wrong. So you'll see here, I'm just going ahead and combining all of this together now that I've added in those spices. Do you guys see that? It looks amazing, and believe me, it tastes even better. So my water came to a boil, so I'm just going ahead and adding in this pasta here, and then I'm just going to give this a stir. Don't just drop your pasta in and walk away, guys. Give it a little stir. Get that oil and water combined. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my Italian sausage, and I want to begin browning that as well. Yes, guys, I'm adding in different meats at different times. There is a little bit of a method to my madness. This is just my way. If you guys want to switch this up, again, I'm not mad at you. Mother is just showing you her way. So I am browning this, you know, a couple minutes have gone by. I put my top on there. When I do brown in between clips here just so that the steam can help along with the cooking process. And finally, now you'll see I am adding in those meatballs that I cut up a little earlier. I want these to go ahead and brown as well. You'll see I'm being a little bit more delicate because the meatballs don't have don't have casing on them like the sausage. So now I'm just going to check up on my pasta. That looks like it's about ready. So I'm giving it another stir, and then I'm going to take a noodle out just to do a little test. That's ready. So we're going to go ahead and just drain this pasta and set that aside until we're ready for it. So our meats have been browning now for about 15 minutes, and I'm ready to move on to our next step, which is adding the tomato paste. So I do this because I find that store-bought tomato sauce in the jar, they're just a little watery for me. Like, I don't like that. I like thick marinara style sauce. So I go ahead and add this there for the thickness, and it adds a really great flavor. I feel like it's just a really great base and starting point for my sauce to develop. So go ahead and add in your can of tomato paste and let that simmer. Everything should be well coated. You can use 1 or even 2 if you're making a larger quantity. So this is now about 5 to 6 minutes later. I just let that simmer. Look at that rich, beautiful color there, guys. Amaze. So what you saw me do here now is add in a can of diced tomatoes. Again, I'm a tomato lover, so I'll do fresh, and I will also do a can, or maybe I'll do either or. It depends on what you have in your pantry. Make it work, honey. So after that simmered for a few minutes, I'm just sitting here pouring in the actual tomato sauce. I used Prego today because that's what I had. You can just go ahead and use whatever brand it is that you guys prefer. Work it out, okay? Guys, I was trying to season my sauce. Oh my God, look what I did. That is Lawrys, like, but don't panic. Don't panic, because we got this, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and scoop that Lawrys out, and we are going to push forward, okay? Because that's not what our day is going to be about. So there I'm just adding some cayenne pepper. I told you I like spice, so get used to it. If you don't like spice, just leave that out. You do not need to add that to your dish. Here I'm adding some Italian seasoning, and I do this to keep it authentic, okay? I want those tastes. I want those herbs. I want those spices. I want it all, okay, honey? All. After you've added in all your spices, just go ahead and mix that up and let your sauce simmer for about 20 minutes. That's what I do. You could do longer or maybe shorter, but I do about 20 minutes. So I've already gone in and added those noodles that I put to the side to the pan. I'm going to bake this dish in. And now I am just adding that sauce on top of my pasta before I go ahead and get this all combined. Guys, we get into the good stuff now, all right? So I'm mixing this up. And do you hear that sound? You hear that sound? If your pasta does not sound like that, go back to the drawing boards. You didn't listen to me, and you need to go back to the drawing board, all right? I need noise. I need to hear fluidity. I need this all. Go ahead, add that, add it, add it, add it. Put it all in there, right? Give it all to her. I need everything in there so that it can be delicious in the ending. Once you add cheese, I mean, I know some of y'all looking at this right now, like, this is just too much sauce. Like, it's going to be soggy. No, because once you go ahead and start to add that cheese in, it absorbs that moisture. So therefore, you do not want your dish to be dry. I hate dry pasta. It's disgusting. I'm sorry who I offended. So anyhow, I'm just adding this in by the bunch. Like, I'm picking up handfuls, probably about half a cup to a cup each time, and slowly just combining that before we go ahead and put this in the oven to bake, because I can't wait to eat. Everybody's in the kitchen standing around waiting to get a plate. So here I am putting the finishing touches on now. Just a little bit more mozzarella to go across the top. I used in total about 2 pounds of my shredded mozzarella here to complete my pasta dish. But again, that's because I'm making a really large pan. If you guys would like to make a smaller pan, then of course you're going to use a smaller quantity. So here I am just sticking my pan into the oven. You're going to go ahead and bake that for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. And this is our finished product. Do y'all see the cheese? Do y'all see the meats? Do you see those? Oh my God, that pasta looks amazing, and it tastes even better. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share with a buddy. If you know sister struggling on the meals, we got her.